fuck, we're on here, boys and girls. All right. Hello, flogs and flogheads. It's your boy BD3 coming at you live down under from Australia for another drunken, rambling fucking discourse about the NBA. So let's get stuck into it. Yesterday we did what I think the final seedings for next season in the Western Conference will be. So of course tonight we're doing the Eastern Conference, right? It's going to be a little bit shorter and sharper, hopefully. I do like to ramble and get lost in my own thoughts, so you'll just have to fucking deal with it. But get a drink into you and let's get into it. Alright, so we start off at the bottom, the teams in the play-in that will not make the playoffs. I've got Miami and Atlanta, right? Atlanta, obvious reasons. They're a fucking basket case. But look, the Trae Young, DeJounte Murray thing didn't work. I don't think they got a whole lot of value back out of the DeJounte Murray trade. Reece Shea's probably going to be a pretty decent wing defender, but he's a couple years away from being really useful to your team. So I think you're probably just fucking stuck. You're stuck with Trae Young, who's the worst fucking defender of all time. And fucking Clint Capella, who is not a great defender. Big man, and Okongwu, we'll see what he becomes. I think you've got fucking Sadiq Bey maybe on the team, I'm not sure. I don't fucking care. But I just think there's no path forward for Atlanta right now. I think you just need to fuck off trade, get whatever value you can, and just start again, because there is no path forward for Atlanta. You made the conference finals once, like fucking 30 years ago. Get the fuck over it. Move on. The other one's Miami, right? And again, this is a team that I think is sitting there going, well, we've got the culture, we've got the best coach in the league, which you do, and we'll be fine. It's not enough anymore, right? You didn't get any better, and the teams around you did. So you're fucking dropping by association of the fact that everyone else is getting better, right? Jimmy Butler's another year older. He can barely stand the court as it is. He's having fucking problems with fucking, your general manager or your director of basketball, with Pat Riley, and fucking who the fuck knows what a pissed off Jimmy Butler's going to look like. Bam Adebayo is a fucking star, but he's not an offensive juggernaut that you need to lead your team. That's where a Jimmy Butler would come in, right? Tyler Hero can't play fucking defense. Duncan Robinson can't play any fucking defense. You lost Caleb Martin. I think the East is passing you by, and I think it's time for a bit of a reset down at Miami as well. Get some new young players, develop them as you do, and start again. But you're fucked. Get out of the finals. Fuck off. Right? All right. In the 8th seed, bit of a surprise, I have the Charlotte Hornets coming in, right? I think this, like New Orleans in the West, completely is down to LaMelo's health. If LaMelo can stay healthy for an entire season, I think people forget how fucking good he was through the first couple months last season. He was all NBA level, right? So if he can stay healthy, stay on the court, I think you've got a real shot, right? As much as I fucking hate Miles Bridges and he's a piece of shit, don't let anyone tell you different, he can play fucking basketball, right? He's going to give you 20 points a night, maybe a little bit of defense, But I just think there's something there. They've got a little bit of depth with some of those players. I think Trey Mann really showed something off the bench for them when he got traded halfway through the season. I just think there's enough little pieces there and the pure talent level of LaMelo Ball that they can really start to make some moves and actually make the playoffs. So I think they've got them sitting in the 8th seed. They probably won't do anything in the playoffs, but they will make it. Number 7, they dropped down a bit this year. It's the Indiana Pacers. I love Tyrese Halliburton. I was one of the people screaming from the rooftops during the draft who could not believe that Halliburton fell as low as he did. And then there's me, who shits on Sacramento's drafting all the time, thinking they finally made a good draft pick, only because it fucking fell into their lap, and then they traded. But that's neither here nor there, right? Love Halliburton. I think he's got a great team built around him to play the style of play he wants to play. But that style is all offense, no defense. And that only gets you so far, and it doesn't get you far in the finals. I think the East got better, is going to be better this year. And I think they dropped down a little bit because of that. They'll still be in the playoffs. They're still going to put up 122 points a night. But I think it just becomes a little bit tougher for them. And I think they're out in the first round, to be honest with you. I don't think they have a deep run in them again. Number 6, the Milwaukee Bucks, right? And this is not a world is falling, the sky is falling in Milwaukee, they've got to blow it all up and trade Young. This is not one of those things because they're in the 6th seed, right? This is very much a get a bit more of a look of, Dame and Giannis together, see if Chris Middleton can get healthy, and then just play it safe. I think Milwaukee is in that, LeBron and the Cavs sweet spot of they don't really care where they end up in the seeding as long as they get there healthy, right? I think Giannis at the end of last year put the fear of God into them. Dame was injured when he was trying to fucking carry the team during the playoffs. I think this is very much a, let's see where we're going. If we're not near that 1-2 seed, who the fuck cares if we finish 3rd or if we finish 6th or 7th, right? Let's just get to the playoffs healthy, and then a healthy Giannis, a healthy Dame, and a hopefully healthy Middleton. We think we can take on anyone in the East, right? And I think that's probably the right strategy. So we'll see how it all looks. We'll see if, Doc can do something, because who the fuck knows with Doc. But that's why I think Milwaukee's going to be the 6th seed. Coming in at number 5 is the Cleveland Cavaliers, and that is because they managed to bring back Donovan Mitchell. I think it's a great get for them. But I also think this signifies that the way forward is Donovan. Donovan's your guy. I think they need to move Darius Garland. I'm not sure if they will, but at the deadline, they probably should try and get some value for him. But this team needs to be built around Donovan. I think it relatively well is. You've got Evan Mobley, who everyone was so high on like a year and a half ago, and now everyone thinks is fucking useless. He's a good player, right? And he's still young. He's still learning. He's a great defender. His offense comes and goes. That's fine. You deal with that. Jared Allen's going to give you 15 and 15 a night and play some great defense. You deal with that, right? I just think Donovan is so good as a on-ball attacker of the basket, right? He just causes so much mayhem and creates so much gravity for himself that they can find a way to get to 45, 50 wins, right? I think they can, right? Now, I may be overestimating 100%, right? And I could be fucking wrong at the end of the year, and you can all fucking bitch and moan about it, I don't give a fuck, but I'm positive. I'm positive on the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think they're going to make a bit of a push this year. They'll be the 5th seed. Now we get into the final 4, right? The good stuff, the top tier. Coming in at number 4, I have the frisky, Kevin Wiles frisky Orlando Magic, right? I love the Magic. I love what they're doing. Paolo's a fucking superstar, right? I think Franz is a fucking excellent number 2-3 option. He got a lot of hate this year, and everyone's fucking losing their mind because he got a fucking contract extension. This kid can fucking play basketball, and when you're that good and you're that young and you come up for your first extension, you get the max, right? You just get the max, right? And everyone's losing their fucking minds because of the number, right? The 275. That's what the salary, that's how it works, you know? Next year, a player in a similar spot's going to get a 5-year, $300 million contract or whatever it is, and everyone's going to fucking lose their mind again. But that's just how the cap keeps going up. That's how it works. It's fucking inflation, whatever you want to fucking call it, right? So if you're a good player on a growing young team that is becoming a finals contender, you're getting that money, right? Franz, I think he's going to have a bounce back year. And this is like the OKC this year. I think Orlando's growth is all internal development, right? They bring in KCP, they shore up some of their edges, but their growth is completely on the growth of Paolo, the growth of fucking Jalen Suggs, Franz returning to form, and I think they can all do it. So they're coming in at number 4 for me, right? Number 3, the New York Knicks. And I can already fucking hear my mate Gordo screaming at me from fucking Melbourne calling me a cunt. And you know what? Fuck you too, Gordo. And because he is a New York Knicks fan. I can already hear all the other New York Knicks fans cracking the shit to me because they're only 3rd, right? But you know what? Fuck yous, right? I love the New York Knicks. I think they are a great team. I am so high on Brunson. I loved the OG Anunoby trade. I thought it was an amazing trade. The trade for Mikal Bridges, you can bitch and moan all you want about it being too many draft picks. It doesn't matter if it gets you to where you want to go, which is the championship. No one's going to care if you get the championship, right? And they have built an awesome team. They've got depth. They've got a clear hierarchy. 1 second. Brunson is fucking awesome as your number 1 guy. He can put so much pressure on a defense and facilitate. You've got wing defenders coming out your ass. You've got someone like Josh Hart who just does all the nitty-gritty stuff for you. And, I mean, the only reason they're not high, to be honest, is because they did lose Isaiah Hartenstein. And you can sit there and go, well, he was the backup center and rah, Mitchell Robinson this and Mitchell Robinson can't stay healthy. And Isaiah Hartenstein actually really helped your offense. That dribble handoff offense, those big screens that he sets, was a large part of the offense, especially which we know was so Brunson-centric, right? So I think that hurts you a little bit. But Mikal Bridges will take some of that offensive load off Brunson. My only other issue is Tibbs is going to play them all fucking 64 minutes a night. They're all going to be fucking exhausted or dead by the time the playoffs come around. If by some miracle they are healthy at the playoffs, they will be a real force. New York is coming, mark my words. But they have to stay healthy. Tibbs, for the love of God, it's okay to rest them. And then we're down to the final 2, right? Here we are. We're on the podium. Fucking shameful bronzes out the window. Who's getting the gold and silver? It should be pretty obvious, but coming in at number 2 is the Philadelphia 76ers, right? They did everything right this offseason, right? Daryl Morey, Gold Star, A+, whatever you want to do. You bring in Paul George in free agency, so you didn't have to give anything up for him, right? You give Tyrese Maxey his extension, but you set that up the right way so that you can do it while getting the Paul George deal done. And then you get Kelly Oubre back on a great deal. You fucking get Andre Drummond back on a great deal. You're building some really nice depth here within the team. And you've got arguably one of the top 2 best players on the planet in Joel Embiid when he's healthy, right? He's got to stay healthy. But having Tyrese Maxey and Paul George means that Embiid can rest more. The offense doesn't have to run completely through him. And they will roll through the East pretty easily for the most part, right? Now, yes, Paul George can be a bit of a where's Waldo. He can go missing, especially in the finals. But that's where you have Joel Embiid. That's where you have your fucking Tyrese Maxeys that can step up. And if Paul just has a game where he shoots like shit, but he can play some fucking defense for you, that's enough, right? You've got enough firepower outside of Paul to make that work, right? And then you've got the depth. I still think Kelly Oubre's deal was one of the sneaky best off-season moves of this entire off-season, right? So Philly, they're coming, they're dangerous. They are going to be very hard to beat, and they would have been my number 1 spot if it wasn't for the fact is that to be the man, Ric Flair said it best, to be the man, you have to beat the man. Woo! And that's what you're going to have to do, because at number 1, the number 1 seed is the fucking Boston Celtics. They have earned the right to be the 1 seed. They fucking rolled through the East last year. They fucking rolled through the finals. They fucking steamrolled the Dallas Mavericks. They are the best team, and their team comes back almost completely exactly the same. There is no reason why they shouldn't be the number 1 seed again and win another fucking 60 games this year. They are, you know, a couple of their players are getting older, but their core, their main core is in their prime or on the very edge of moving out of their prime. There's no reason, right? You have to put respect on the Boston Celtics name. They have earned the right to be the 1 seed, and they are the 1 seed. And with that, that's better. With that, we come to the end of another drunken rambling by this Aussie, right? And I hope you fucking enjoyed. I really do. Please like and subscribe and all that fucking bullshit they ask you to do every fucking YouTube video. And don't forget in the comments, guys, something you want me to talk about in the comments, let me know. Or if you just want to go into the comments and call me a fucking wanker, I don't care. Love the engagement. I'll fucking call you and come right back. But I really do appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully I'll have some more videos out. I am going away with the family for the weekend, so we might have a couple of days where we go a bit quiet. But I'll be back next week with more drunken ramblings about the NBA. I'm sure some stupid shit will happen over the weekend that I can talk about. And we'll be right back here at fucking drink o'clock. Make sure you get a drink in you. And as always, guys, go fuck yourselves.